but that's not going to include the time I'm waiting here. So if you're listening to this message right at this moment, because the stream should be starting right about now, then you can skip forward 1 minute, because I'm just making sure things are okay, because I realize as I pull things off workshop that I probably should still look into things. Not because I don't trust people, but because you never know, right? Obviously, you get the file size when you download, or subscribe, sorry, and then it downloads to your setup, but that doesn't mean you can't go through things yourself. But for the most part, I've tested most of the things on workshop right now, so nothing should be inherently weird. But I did download a few things that were I wasn't sure if I was ready for, so that's why you don't see them basically. Anything you don't see right now is what I haven't checked yet. And I guess I will be doing that during the thing, but let's just stay safe. For the most part doing my due diligence to make sure that people don't go crazy on workshop, not because I'm, helping clean up the community, but also for, to see if the update is doing things that work. Also, you'll notice that there's going to be characters who are of non-English languages. I'll switch to the appropriate language when possible, if for no other reason, again, than to bug test things. But as we actually get into it, yeah, let's start this off. I do have Haspin's new updated mystery mod up. Also, I seem to be on the Harbinger Horror save, so let me actually fix that. So I lied. If you skipped here a minute forward, wait 30 more seconds. Because I am on my Harbinger Horror save and not the other one. So let me just fix that really quickly. I don't even remember a thing, but I will fix that, and then we'll restart the game really quick. So, just so I have everything unlocked, because, usually I test things with everything unlocked in expectation of the player being able to, play with things with everything unlocked. You know what I also didn't do? I didn't set up some other stuff. And I didn't grab water, but if need be, I will grab it, because there are some things in game that I can do, or otherwise after a run, I might just go run. But it depends on how long this stream is going to be. Otherwise, if you skip forward here, yeah, we should be pretty much 2 minutes in, and we'll just play with anything we get. We'll play with custom character perks because custom character perks, but other than that, let's start on, Katak and just move left to right. So, Katak, Eldritch Parasite, character exclusive, custom characters. You know what the funny thing is? Why did I assume? I was thinking in my mind, oh, I'm gonna get Eldritch Parasite. And then I jinxed myself, so here I am on Eldritch Parasite. I'm thinking, do I really want to do the perks, run the perks that I wanted to run? Or should I just go with my Eldritch Parasite consistent strat? That might be interesting. That will mean I want to do play the character again, which I don't mind doing. Second knowledge, strength, dexterity, and light. Because it's also going to be interesting with Haspin's mysteries, maybe, question mark. I am thinking. Also need to check on something really quick, but now let's go. So, if we're going to do some Mind Drain blah plays, and by that I mean Ghostly Spear, I actually did forget. We can still fish here once, but shouldn't keep fishing with those library notes, because we can't recover life. So, let's see what we get. Nope, the mysteries are not loading. If they're not loading, it's because I have done something to them, but that is really, really strange. Did I not do the thing? Let me just check to be sure. Because now I'm curious. Now I'm motivated. Recent, I did. Oh, they're events. Why did I think they're mysteries? They're events. Either way, though, we're going to be playing with them. So, I for some reason, I thought they were mysteries. They're events. If Haspin were here, shh, don't tell. I made a mistake. I knew looking at it that it was events, and then when I was saying it at the beginning of the stream, I decided to say mysteries. Anywho, moving on. Also, yeah, I do need to fish around for one of the two things, because it's not going to go well without it. A rock ring would have been nice, but that would have cost Doom. So, yeah, we'll do it. Haspin in minus reason pack. Well, I think I don't recall what exactly, if I were to try to move on to gameplay aspect of it, the gameplay aspect of it if this is or most of the events are the same as when I tried long way back in the, well, custom Nuzlocke, I don't actually remember which is which. Or I don't exactly remember which HP you lose the most of. I think it was actually pretty balanced. Otherwise, I would have remembered. I don't remember enough to complain about it, so maybe it's fine. Also, that's I thought I was gonna fail. Flashback and they're all taking 90% of. Were they really? They're really taking that much of reason? Again, I don't remember that far back, so. If that is so, then that is so. But the game has certainly still, if not switched to reason loss for base events and mysteries anyway. If you're saying that, I'll believe you. So I will believe you. It sounded like it sounded like I said I wouldn't believe you. But anywho, by the way, the stat spread not great for me, and you can tell because it says you'll know when you reach a custom event. Even if you put no name, it says buy here, so you can't really hide it. What you can do is make multiple copies of the event and tweak them, but that's what I was going to do as we roll an 11 on Charisma. Meanwhile, though, let's continue talking about the thing. So, I think we start. Do we start with Insmasu Look, it seems? Or is that a curse I got? Either way, we get a camera. That is certainly specific to this character. But on non-Harbinger difficulties, you start with enough perception and knowledge to play with anything. Unfortunately, strength and dexterity again is a very, if we're playing on Harbinger, of course, to those who never, because it's been a while since I've done it, and there's something about the graphics that I also need to note too, but it's certainly been a while. Forgot what I was saying. Anywho, gosh dang it. I was looking at the, okay, so let me just get this out of the way first. Yeah, when you're loading an investigation, I completely forgot that it's more than doable, as we run into Akamanto here, to move your sprite over to the right so that you can make more room in case they have, like, long hair or something. Or you just need more space, but you get the point. That's something that I need to keep in mind. Although, usually I play within the boundaries of the placeholder given. So, but it's not a bad idea to kind of shift your character over, or your sprite over, if you need the space, because that's why it's that wide, right? Which means you can put up other interesting effects, but hey, there's not really much I can do here, right? Can I? Yeah, I can't even brace. I can brace into a kick, but wouldn't be the most accurate kick. I still want to do it though. And we do this. So again, this is a very non-standard run. I think I can do this in time. Nope, never mind, I did that. So we're just going to take 3 damage to the face, and it seems like we're just going to prep attack. Our dexterity is absolutely horrible, so yeah, you know what we're going to do? Why do I feel... No, it's because I use handcuffs. That's why. I'm going crazy. I am going crazy. Please. Anywho. Recall that we do make a lot of events and reason loss. So yeah. Events and encounters, I think, but those should be relatively safe if we're thinking. Again, I haven't really gone into intensive testing? Question mark. I mean, compared to the last 2 streams I did on 1.02, there are definitely I predict there are going to be less bugs. Again, I have already played with some of these things, but I didn't go into extensive research. So here for the next at least hour and 30 minutes, hopefully 2 hours, we are dealing with things. I completely forgot of the thing though. But anywho, yeah, at least to finish off the stat spread, because I forgot what I was talking about there, is that, yeah, on Harbinger, oh, that's what I was trying to say. On Harbinger, that's how when I view characters, I usually think about them on the difficulty Harbinger of Doom. Because that is where, you know, most characters, you see what may or may not be optimal, as designed by the game, of course, but for the most part, when things, in my mind as a developer, if you're tweaking things in-game, that still, you're not doing anything fancy to quote-unquote change the meta. Now, I'm not saying that as a positive or negative thing, I'm just saying that when you're tweaking numbers here and there to change the difficulty, it therefore pushes characters, playstyles, strats to their... I guess I'm not thinking of the right term, but it tries to make them more optimal, or requires them to be more efficient strategies and whatnot, so that you can survive. And so what that means is, I personally believe, at least me, in my mind, that allows for better balancing. Because if you're only tweaking numbers here and there, that means that if you make certain changes to characters and perks or items, in the case of World of Horror anyway, then it's not really going to affect the easier difficulties, if that makes any sense. Because the only things that have changed are the numbers. Now, that does, again, change the balance of things, as I just said. It might sound like what I just said contradicts what I said 20 seconds ago, but again, I'm not wording it right. But anywho, basically, harder difficulties are good for balancing games, I believe, anyway. And from my experience, that has been the case, but some, maybe not. And there are certain situations where that may not be true, but for the most part, I believe that to be true. Yeah, so nothing should break from the perk pack. Cut most events since pre 1.0 Pro is unable to get the artist from the and yeah. So again, is that because of credit, or is that just you wanted to update the graphics? I assume it might be both, but again, I don't know anything personally. I'm just ruminating on myself as I also level up. Also, I didn't remember what perk packs we had. So improvise is, I think, part of the fame pack. So keeping in mind, this character should have about 7 in charisma as well. Unfortunately, that's not what I built into. And we're on Eldritch Parasite, so we're dealing with a whole different ball game anyway. And yeah, I remember this event. We don't have time, but we're just going to take the Doom because my HP is in risk. Critics didn't want to get Steam Workshop involved without Twitter reapprove. Yeah, so that's also partially a workshop thing, but it does depend on the game. From what I recall, again, there are other roguelike games and or just games in general that are of a simulator nature that I've seen modders have trouble with for good reason and for bad reason. So it's frustrating. I can see how it's frustrating. Again, World of Horror is the first game I've actually put up content for, but it runs parallel to trying to even just put things up on, put games up on Steam. I've never done that yet myself because I didn't want to put the resources down to double down on something I feel confident with. But at the same time, I've never really made a commercial project that I felt was, I should have put on Steam anyway. Anywho. The painting footage, blah, festival. I know there was a certain thing that happened for World of Horror, but I wouldn't connect it to problems that I have at the moment either. I'm thinking of something. I don't want to mess up and state something as fact, so that's why I'm not saying what's in my mind. Footage or festival? I think I want to just do painting instead, funny enough. Yeah, credit is due, and I try to follow that, although I think there's been like at least 2 cases where people have come up to me and were like, hey, you forgot about this. And I'm like, sorry. In that case, I mean, if you were to get my point of view, I literally actually just forgot. So these are mostly to do with... No, I'm not going to say because I don't want to be incorrect there either. I will give my point of view, though, and say that, yeah, I just actually forgot. Again, it wasn't anything big. If it were something big, then people would know. But for the most part, it's more like being corrected because there are some things that come from certain sources and some things that I thought came from certain sources, but it was not. Anywho, we don't want to throw this broken bottle because the item bug still exists, but anywho, we will grab the flashlight and move on. I am kind of autopiloting through these events, but as I said, I've tested them out. I feel like they're pretty safe for the most part, just like the characters I have currently loaded. But if I'm going to do more, I'll have to... And looking at my custom character streams, then I should be only doing up to 3 or 4 characters anyway, if I do at least 2 runs with each. So either way, I will have more characters than I know what to do with. I also have the Crestfallen Mask. I forgot about that. I can do this, so I don't lose much more max stamina. Now, whether that's a good decision, we're going to find out. Anything from you? Oh, okay. So just the conversation in chat. I'm just making sure it's not, whenever I see the chat move off the corner of my eye or otherwise, I do my best. Pill for the goodies. Haha, my stamina. Which is probably not good considering I'm not going to pass any other check of sorts. But, well, we have Kana with us. We have Kana with us? Who is that? That isn't, yeah, it's Akumi. Anywho, unveil the statue and lose 1 reason. But in the meanwhile, we'll do this. We should have more than enough max stamina for this now. Although I remember that I didn't have... I was like, oh, I'm gonna throw the broken bottle and get the other one out of storage. Forgot that I can't access the storage in this mystery. We're perfectly fine because Ghostly Spear. So... yeah, and for those who don't know, basically, you know, it helps... you know, there's no reason not to, but if you're looking at pragmatic reasons to credit, when a source asks you to credit, whether that is, you know, you're using assets for a video game or even just using assets for a mod, you should probably credit, even if they don't particularly ask for it, because you never know what's going to happen. It's just, and it's also just, you know, good common sense to do so, but people, I mean, in this day and age, a lot of people fly under the radar if we're looking at what's allowed and what's not, but at the same time, if you don't, for people who make assets and whatnot, if you don't protect yourself by at least putting some terms of service, bad things can happen. Nothing really big has happened so far, but you get the point. I think I'm actually going to go knowledge here, funny enough. So things like, you know, even just asking for a simple line of credit, but at the same time, I know I've also been kind of... I may have sounded strict in terms of... how should I say? Being able to use content, but that's because, again, I usually like to follow terms to the letter. Because if... I mean, and it depends, right? If anything really bad does happen, hopefully you have a good enough lawyer to defend you. Because even a bad lawyer, as I have actually seen in real life, you know, through the internet or otherwise, news-wise, a bad lawyer can turn a case that's open and shut into a very complicated one. So, I don't have personal experience yet, but hey... in a court of law, well, no matter where you live, assuming you have a court of law, of course, then, yeah, weird things can happen. But open and shut case, like, human logic, the law exists, but also that's why you have a jury in some cases, because, you know, you are being judged on a societal level as well. And in the case of, I mean, in the case of video games and art assets, I mean, I say this because it's really easy to forget that while video games are, as I lose max stamina here, while video games are, to some people, haha, funny business, and don't you just play video games for fun? At this point, you can argue the same for some other things, but video games in particular have been, you know, there's a lot of money flowing through, and when money is involved, hey, surprise, surprise, people get a bit more serious on the matter, because that money can mean people's livelihoods. And I think it is pretty, you know, great that people can make a living off video games and other sources that, you know, might not be what a human needs to most people's perspective. I have something to say about that though. But it's things that people want and can enrich life, I guess. And that's what I personally believe in more. Now, obviously, so I'm not going to I'm not downplaying the value that, you know, soldiers, bless them, or farmers have on, you know, the current state of the world and what their contribution is. As someone who's done a bit of, I guess we'll say, crop picking, farming, not anything weird, but yeah, I've literally been to a farm. I've worked at a farmer's market, basically, and boy, that was not I mean, I could expect it, but it's still experience that I can say, hey, I've done it, and you know what it's like to pick. In my case, I guess whether you believe me or not is up to you, but picking strawberries, picking green peas, picking corn and whatnot, that's, boy, is it an experience. Let me tell you, it's I mean, if you have free time, especially in this day and age now, where you can multitask if you're sitting at places at times, it's a lot more feasible. But I've never done it. I would say, I feel like I would have said I would never have looked down on, you know, let's say people working at help desk before, but now that I've had some experience with some types of jobs long ago, then I will certainly not do so now. But I feel confident saying I would have never done so before either. Man. Anywho, what am I doing on tutorial here? I could just run, but I don't have that much Doom to spend. I also don't have that much stamina if I have lighthouse checks, but hey, yeah, the stamina and dexterity being low really hurts me here. If for no other reason, I don't think I mentioned it yet. I was planning to mention it, then I went on a tangent. is that strength bracing on Harbinger turns out is quite important. Now that being said, do I want to do this? I might as well just do this. Because it's not like I need the... I can't recover, so it might as well just become damage here. But we can still brace and do some things. Now, how many times I want to do it, I guess we'll find out. If we're talking about zero, wonder if I can doom myself. Wonder if you could be doomed by wandering at the wrong time. If we're talking about zero statting, the answer is yes. If you're talking about something else, I'd be interested to test it out. If we see the point, if we see the chance, not the point, the chance. Angry people calling, yelling, part of the job. Yeah. Again, I haven't been... Nice 12 roll, by the way. Nice 12 plus 2 mod roll. It's not like the game needed the plus 2, but I knew better than that, and I decided anyway, so it's on me to decide. Also, we have a crestfallen mask, so I don't know why I'm worrying here, but that's right. Ever since of a certain change, we... Or maybe because it's only on... Anywho, I'm going crazy. We have to run here, by the way. Well, let's see if we die to the lighthouse, because we're definitely not getting our... Well, I mean, not to be negative, but there's a very low chance we get our dexterity and or strength to 8. And we have both checks. So we can't take any more stamina damage, because otherwise we die. But we'll find out, right? So without further ado, into footage I go. I can level up, but for what? And all for what? I guess maybe I should have just been building dexterity instead, but we'll try to avoid things when we can, although since we're working with custom events, there's no way I'm going to remember what to do, so... You know, I saw that some people talked about how... World of Horror... And yeah, it does apply to the base game, so there's not really this is not really a counter argument, but that World of Horror, it does not, like, there's no indicator as to what you're going to roll. And that is true for the most part. I mean, you can try to intuit, but that's, if we're looking at World of Horror as a TTRPG of a simulator of sorts, and I have called it that, so I might as well stick with that line of thinking. Because otherwise I'd kind of be hypocritical, I think. But let's assume that for the moment. Then yes, you should actually tell people. I know there now exists an item to do so, but that's not really an excuse to not give it to players' base, I guess. But at the same time, I mean, you can also counter-argue that point by saying, well, you're going to learn the events anyway, so there's not really any point to adding that. And if a player forgets, that's really on the player to remember what they're going to roll. Like, here, this being a luck check is something that I've just remembered at this point, most of the time. But anywho. And yeah, the mirror doesn't work. What are these characters from, by the way? I completely forgot. I know I usually look into characters that I'm playing with, and I forgot. So, I don't think it's I want to say it's just an OC. I don't think it's from anything, but let me just check to make sure, because I completely forgot. And also, I need to think about what I'm going to do here. I could just run. I do have the Doom to do so. I don't feel like doing so, though. Do I want to run? I don't have enough max stamina for this, funny enough. And that's something I want to say. I feel like instead, Haspin's custom event enemy pack was a lot more stamina, but that's just me, actually. I think it's just me. Considering what happened this run, I think it was just me. Anywho. Out of curiosity. Nope, that's that. Let me check into this really quickly. Well, while we're here, I might as well check. That is not the character I was expecting. Funny enough, even though I'm going... Well, actually, is it? Let me actually sort this by the thing. Because I think it still sorts characters by name. And now that I've done this weird thing here, now I've just completely lost my place in the thing. I've only have, like, a few things loaded. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but... Let me just search in a search engine the person's name... But I'm pretty sure, because then they would tag the mod as crossover, right? Unlike me, yeah. So, well, question. Yeah. It's from a thing. If you search up the character's name, which I guess I can show you at the character select screen, then you should see a thing. Now, unfortunately, what I'm going to do in this encounter, on the other hand, is an entirely different story. Because I do have 7 max stamina, I believe. And I don't want to... Oh, we're on Kadak. Never mind. I have to sit here and die. I guess we just die. we do have improvise, but that's not going to save me here. No, it's not. So... what I can do... No, there's not really much I can do. Yeah, funny enough, I think we're just forced to die here. Well, we can library notes for something. Now, that didn't help, and we lost the thing. We can actually do this, funny enough. So, I guess... we will stand here for a moment and do our best. Now, we're losing 4 Doom per attack, but hey. What am I going to do? Brace and kick once? Come on. So, we'll do our best. And if we lose too much Doom, because kick is 90%, by the way, missed 4 out of 6 kicks. That's a bit closer. 6 out of 7, but boy, was that... oof. A very, very specific use case of Witness Curse. If I forget, remind me to show you the character's name, because again, you can just put the character's name in the search engine and check. And from what I found, apparently so. I mean, otherwise I would just be linked to a profile on certain websites, right? Also, ouch. So that theoretically speaking, this is 3 Doom and 3 Reason. Oh my sweet goodness. Well, we'll do our best, but it's not looking very good. These are guaranteed kicks, so when it's this, I feel more comfortable with. Until we get cut artery. Are we on medical history, by the way? No. It's just the hasty A turned into cut artery. I meme about it all the time. Still get this. I hate it. I hate it here. I think we died of Doom, if nothing else, so funny enough. No, we can't, because we died of stamina in the lighthouse if we do that. So, never mind. I mean, we have a cut artery anyway. It wasn't going to end well. So, wow. I mean, there could have... there are a plethora of things I could have done. The earliest thing, as I missed... I don't want to lay down right now, because I just want to get this over with, but you get the point. I could have gone to consistent strats. Yeah, I heard something about that. So, wondering why the forest event repeats. I'm just saying it for people who don't know. Panstas took out 10 events for testing and forgot to put them back. So, for 1.02, yeah, I remember... I know that was a problem because I ran into the forest watchers back-to-back 3 times in a row, I think. It was some forest event. And I didn't record it, so you just have to believe me on that. But, yeah, if that's the official explanation as I doom out here... And I do recall going over that in the Discord, just seeing that really briefly, but I didn't remember, so good to know. But yeah, no way we can survive. No point in looking at this lighthouse, we don't survive. We don't survive. So, and yeah, same thing. So while we're on 1. That's why, that I feel like that was in the back of my mind of why I didn't move on to 1.02 immediately for the Nuzlocke. Because, yes, obviously removing 10 events from the forest and having only, like, 6 cards to play with, 6 card events or enemies to play with, is not very, does change the balance, as it turns out. But yeah, just input the character's name, and as long as it's not, you know, NSFW, we should be relatively fine here. And, yeah, you will do a thing. So I'll leave this for about, 7 seconds as I think about what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do another run, because that was pretty oof. But hey, I'll do my best. So yeah, I think that, yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember when and which events happened to me on stream, but I do distinctly remember running into the same forest event 3 times in a row. So, we'll hope that's fixed. Again, I don't know anything happening behind the scenes. The closest I get is the World of War Discord, but, yeah, we actually want to do this character again. So, into oop, that was the wrong one, because I accidentally went into a thingy. Knight Errant. We will remember that we're on Knight Errant. And yeah, an Endless Run might be interesting to do, but I'm here for the main mode, or scenario, not scenario mode. Forgot what it's called. Wow. Some guy I am with hundreds of hours in World of War. Knight Errant. Leave random item stats on. Classic mode. But at those 2. We'll just move from left to right. Yeah. So, again, I usually, like I said, look up characters. I just don't... If it doesn't stick in my head, it doesn't stick in my head. So I apologize in advance. But we do have perception, so let's play with that. We will need more for the army knife, and especially because we don't have the thingamajiggy. I forgot to use the library notes immediately. We have to... I have to do a thing. I see Kana immediately. I also see Recluse. Is that festival? I almost said footage. Sailor's Bulletin. I would have been wrong. But Kana we go immediately, and yeah. Yeah. I think I have one OC loaded up right now, but we'll see when I get there, because I actually don't remember which I do remember, but I don't remember the exact characters' names, is what I'm trying to say. For the most part, I think they are safe for stream, though. Because the only other thing is, yeah, while I could go in and try to edit things myself in case weird things happen, nice, no thingy. I guess I'll do this. Funny enough. I think if you try to change files, it'll re-fix itself, I think. Unless you try to verify it. I mean, I guess I should test that out. I've tested a lot of things and I didn't test that out. But... And what I mean by that is basically, say if there's an NSFW character, and I modify one of the things to censor it myself, if it reverts to its old art form. Coming from someone who says that they've done a lot, but anywho, a lot of testing on Steam Workshop. But for World, you want to test things game by game. For World of Horror, yeah, so for World of Horror, I want to do the same thing, because even though it goes through the same motions through Steam to download or verify files, it might not be the same when you actually go in game, which is where World of Horror scans and looks for things and picks things up and adds them in, graphical asset-wise. I forgot to equip the camera, yes. The answer, I guess the short answer is no for the moment, because I forgot. I was talking about Steam Workshop. Ow, my face. What backstory are we on? Knight Errant, that's right. So saving Kana here will, I mean, I have the inspiring novel in my inventory. Forgetfulness. Use Flash more often? I do see the use of it. I haven't played around enough with it, but I wouldn't deny it that it has its numerical use. I personally only like to do it if it's a longer encounter, and it makes sense number-wise. But otherwise, yes, I actually do forget about camera flashes and action as well. Dodge plus power decrease by 10. On top of the 10 power decrease. But hey, it was only a ghost enemy, so we're fine for now. Did I run into anything else? Can I check that while I'm... I know I can't do item stuff. I can do this. Yoichi... Yeah, Twisted Corpse is my first encounter. I didn't look at the lighthouse, did I? I think the answer to that may be... I want to say it's either 80 or 120 time units. I guess I should check. If for no other reason, even if someone says so in chat, I might as well just do it to make sure. We have every single stat check, so no second encounter, so no point in me remembering. But it helps to keep the camera equipped, if there's nothing else. I can also do Recluse now, 8 Reason. Fun times. I think I'm instead of... We'll do Bulletin now. We already have roads closed, so maybe I should have just done Recluse, but a bit late. I mean, it is an upgrade from Dodge. I still treat it like Dodge, but the power... Funny enough, the power decreasing effect is the, well, to me, usually more helpful than the Dodge effect. Although, you can reach situations on Harbinger where you will dodge a lot more often than you will... I was making sure there was nothing else I needed to do. Dodge more often than you will want the power decrease, but again, it also depends on what weapon you're using, because if you're doing prep attack, you obviously don't care about power as much. But if you... I was trying to heal Reason there, that gives you 4 Reason back. Also, I did not use the police station yet, right? That's what I was forgetting. Nice 11 roll, by the way. I had 3 strength, but nice to rub it in my face. We do have Festival, so we'll set Forest for the moment, but I'm actually going to take these out early. I'm sure there's another human enemy later on that I could run into, but just in case. Yeah, the power, as I've mentioned, I think I've mentioned before, power decrease is, decreasing power during an enemy encounter is more useful on longer encounters because, well, you're going to benefit more from it. Now, oddly enough, the fact that if you miss a lot, then power decreases help more in the sense that, well, if you're not willing to roll on RNG, I don't know, I think there's a I think there is a specific, or as we roll on 65% here, there's a specific phrase for it, but essentially if you keep on missing, it behooves you to decrease enemies' power. It decreases an enemy's power value. If you don't miss, then it does you less to decrease an enemy's power value because you're getting out quicker. But anywho, you know what? We will grab a spell here. That's not the greatest spell, but I guess this Cauterize turns into 1 fund. We lose 2, well, we go plus and minus. Never mind. Second Breakfast sounds nice. Plus 1 stamina. But moving onward. Yesterday you missed two 95% attacks, power decreases to 100%. Yeah, so again, if you really, I mean, the shorter or more conceptual version is that if you miss a lot on a non-100% accuracy attack, decreasing power is more valuable. Because otherwise, the other side of the extreme is you miss every single attack. So I extend that to myself to some extent, but hey, we lost Bath, by the way. We can try Recluse now. We have Festival afterward, but I don't know if that's the best for me. Do I survive this? I think I survived this, right? As long as I keep at least 7 reason here. The one turn you always salt about is missing 98% twice in the same turn. Killed your run. Yeah, 2% into 2% is 0.04%? Question mark? Now I'm curious. That's it. Yeah, 0.04%. So, or in a more human way, 4 out of every 10,000 people will miss 98% twice in a row. Oh my goodness, pain. Well, yeah, if we have Fire Emblem stuff going on, and I mention it by name because it is actually, that's more meme than anything else in game, but even though it's not at the same time, but there are games that have RNG that's a bit more, you know, there's something happening under the hood. Is there a curse I have right now? Not Insmasu look, so I don't think Inspiring Novel affects my Sever. Question mark. I don't often use Inspiring Novel for Ghost, or I don't pay attention to Inspiring Novel's effects in Ghost encounters, so hey. Yeah, scripted, or not scripted misses, but essentially it weighs RNG more toward or against the player, depending, I guess is the more conceptual version. I think, I wouldn't be surprised, as someone who's also played XCOM before as well, I also wouldn't be surprised if I call it, I know there's a term for it, but in lack of the actual term, weighted RNG. XCOM has weighted RNG. So, in some games cases, I'm not going to name which because I'm not certain. But as I'll read that in a moment. But let me just before I forget. So, for example, a game says that an attack has a 90% chance to land. It actually means there's 100% because it wants you to feel good about, you know, it's 90%. And it's not like it's an invalid argument either, right? You get where it's coming from. It's that you feel really bad when something's at 95, 98%, as we've all mentioned in the past 45 minutes of the stream, to miss, because, well, it's 95, 98%. At the same time, that means that, you know, RNG is not real, in that sense. But, I mean, it has its uses, it's just not... How should I say? If you might as well just say something is 100%, why say it's not, right? Because then you are actually confusing certain players by saying otherwise. And it works in reverse. Some games have 75% a chance to land an attack, and it's actually like 55% at that point, but again, at that point it's an assumption. Well, I assume, because I'm sure someone has figured out exactly what's happening, but hey. Also, hi everyone. I don't think, if you are the person I'm thinking of, I don't think I'm going to be able to play your character on, unless of course I find out that I can edit things. I think I can, but I don't want to test it out during stream. Because robots, but if nothing else, you know, just out of... How should I say? I don't actually want to throw the camera funny enough, so We're actually going to brace here. So yeah, excuse me if I don't play your character. Although, it's very solid, I will say that much. So, the character is very solid, and that's all I say, gameplay-wise. Everything seems to be working. And it obviously, I think it's correctly tagged as NSFW as well, so... For very obvious reasons. And again, why did I roll on that? I wasn't paying attention. That's on me, but we're chilling out here anyway. What was I gonna say? I forgot. Moving on. Oh, I just like how I used a certain term on this channel until I caught myself, or just like how I didn't even notice that the school may look like something. I didn't actually notice that one of that character's events was what it was, because I think I still haven't done anything, but for the most part, I mean, if we're going to go with the, I guess on this platform it's called ESDA or other things, these are fictional events taking place, so, I mean, and it's a video game on top of that, and if that's the case, this isn't a real argument, well, it kind of can be a real argument, there's some basis on it, but there's a certain game about, you know, G and A, where people literally put up compilations of what could be deemed explicit and or obscene, so literal compilations of it, so I mean, if those are going to be given a pass, I think me not actually doing anything for one of that character's events on a game called World of Horror is also not bad. I think one of these is guaranteed. This, for some reason, I specifically remember this event, and it's this, because the other one is actual role, but that's free 5 experience. Until Haspin decides to change it, but hey, we're gonna take stamina damage here. Now, do I have fetid fumes, by the way? Last mystery, yeah, and we never had, this is without bath and roads closed. So I guess I am gonna rest as much as possible. We have every single stat check, by the way, so I should be resting as much as I can. We also have sailors here, so let's do some manipulation. But, things. Shh, no, it's not easy. It's that, oh, what, I'm not, listen, some people are going to roll. I'm not saying that every event should be changed, because there are points to, how to say, I think the exact term is cadaver events that make you lose no matter what. There are points to that, just like there are points to events where you're given, because that's what I do. So even though I meme about it, I say the same thing also. I've seen people talking good about this event because that, but at the same time, that's right, I lose 3 reason, but -5 doom though. Hey, 1 doom and I heal 1 reason and 3 stamina, but you get the point. Or if you don't, let me explain myself. Let me explain myself before anything drastic happens. You can choose to take 5 experience, or you can gamble, basically. And that's something I do for myself, too, because I have tried testing events where I'm like, yeah, you can do this, or it's just something I do as a game developer, too, because I do put it in some of my games, where I allow you to, and I think that's how I handle most of my RNG, funny enough, is I allow the player to take a guaranteed way out, but, and this is some advice in case you actually play a game that I'm working on soon, but you can gamble and decide to, you know, make things better for yourself or quicker. But if you rolled badly, also I never used the inspiring novel, rip. We're also on timeline B, so we just take this penalty to the face. But I did not throw the torch at the boss for whatever reason. But hey, anywho, if you want me to explain further, I will. But let me focus for a moment so I don't die. It's really funny though. Let's throw the torch. Now, do I want to camera flash here? Because I may want to do a turn that's like this. 70%. Oh, let's roll some RNG. I think 12%, it's 360% is 12% off the top of my head, but let's just pull out a calculator to be sure. 21, I'm going crazy. 21.6% to hit 3 attacks at 60%. Meanwhile, at 70%, if I used camouflage and dodged, I would have a 34.3%. Either way, it's not great. What can I really get off of a camouflage? Also, I forgot to check this. It is faster, because I think this is base... Nope, I'm going crazy. because I have Fame. So it's 80 time units to dodge and decrease power by 10, which lends itself to better damage opportunities. So yes, obviously the cost is having a camera at all, but it's a pretty good cost per measure while allowing you to do two things, which is why I want dodge to... It might be a bit much, but I want dodge to decrease damage by 1 while granting its dodge effect. Otherwise, the only other alternative is putting dodge's dodge chance to 70%. 80% might be a bit high, but I mean, 80% would not be unheard of when you add swift maneuver. But anywho, do I really want to do this? Yeah, camera flashing enemies and causing things to happen. I mean, you kind of get that effect, even though it's end of battle handling with the bloated swimmer, right? Because when you defeat the bloated swimmer, the graphic changes. 50%, 90%, 45%. It's because we have every single stat check in the lighthouse that I'm really thinking. We don't have Bath. We're about to also take a Knight Errant penalty. I don't survive anyway if I do a thing. So, I have to though, right? I have to, yeah. I didn't have to deal with this, but I decided to fight the thing because I don't know, I'm going crazy. I can't throw the army knife. I don't think I have Takshisan. That might be a lie, but we're gonna do this and find out. Okay, good. We did dodge. What does that get me? I think I have to actually dodge again, unless I want to do this. 80, 80, 70. Is that better odds than the thing? I'll try it. I think it is, if only by a little. And I'll check my math to be sure. 64% and 10 times 70%? 44.8, really? That's worse than dodging? I mean, as much as doesn't matter, but if things go badly, I would rather profit from this dodge, especially if I can guarantee this, right? No? Cool. Yeah, the flash effects from Flood, did it have that effect? I know I complained about it somewhere, but I wouldn't deny if that was the case, because yeah, it does cause it. I don't have epilepsy, but it hurts my eyes. That I will say, at least for myself. We're gonna try it again, by the way. And we got hit, but that was to be expected. And now it doesn't matter. Now we just do prep attack, prep attack. But that's on me because again, for some reason I decided to fight this thing. So, guess we die. Wait, don't we have a lump of flesh somewhere? No, the answer is no. So off we go to the lighthouse, but I could have certainly survived this. I just did things to myself. So I also apparently did need the Knight Errant notes, but I didn't do that either. So I guess we just accept our fate if we don't get to level up. I don't think it matters though, because yeah, if we need at least 7 stamina to heal back our stamina and survive. So yeah. Yeah. Now, funny thing, no, that's right. No, I'm going crazy. Anywho, we're just here having fun anyway, so onward we go. I will reset if I didn't do a thing, but for the moment, yeah, so let me just do this. Because I need to switch language, otherwise bonuses will not work. I think that's mainly the only thing that will affect characters, but not for the most part, but to get the character working, bonus-wise, let's change the language. Now, at this point, I am also gimping myself, because if I run into a second mystery check, unless I remember the name of the mystery in this language, yeah, bad things are gonna happen. But, hey, native English speaker playing on a non-English language. Or not Japanese, because obviously I understand some amount of Japanese, but as we get into Ath, I don't know what that backstory is. Fatalist, and I'm going by icons. We start with a spell and maybe something else? Question mark? It looks like we started with 2 spells, but I'm just going to grab a point of, I don't know what this is, knowledge, and then we will try our best. That's regeneration. This is, I don't know what that is either, so I don't remember too many icons. Lo and behold, strength, second encounter, dexterity, light, Takshisan, and maybe charisma. Book of Gore. Is that Book of Gore? Why am I going crazy? Oh, it is Book of Gore. Okay, now that you say that. Hey, we're perfectly fine. I think that was given by Ath, though. That doesn't come with the character. That did not come with the character. But as I proceed to accidentally lock myself out of everything but the army knife, for whatever reason, we'll do our best. Nothing in the cupboard, it seems, so just grab experience and move on. Yeah, Unearthly Suture or Book of Gore, because I thought Book of Gore was a different graphic. Well, I guess I'm going to find out, aren't I? Anywho, Fatalist, so, I mean, even if the names did appear, I would not... Actually, this actually oofs me, because now I can't even remember what the names look like in this language. And I'm going to say this language for everything but English and Japanese, just so I don't mess anything up. But I think that's Festival. This is... Please tell me this is footage. Yeah, that's footage. And in we go. No personal items yet, rip, but... We'll see. That does mean that anything that's not implemented in this upcoming modding patch will not be implemented until maybe even past Halloween. If I had to put my money down, I would probably say past Halloween. But Witness Curse, Demon Mask, Improvise. We have Improvise? Oh, anywho. I probably could have gone with Ally Attack, even though we don't start with an ally, but hey. We'll do our best. I guess we're gonna try to look for the Army Knife. Or the Meat Cleaver, I guess. 3 Strength, now Army Knife. And if we get out of funds, we trade Stamina. Yeah. So I'll do my best. But yeah, everything else being high is I think to me is enough of a balancing factor to allow, as I roll a 12 on knowledge, by the way, is enough, in my opinion, on average, to balance out the fact that the strength is low. But as I said, though, it's a really, really, really... It's a really not great thing to have 3 or less strength. 4 strength is workable, because you can increase your stats, but after that, boy, does it get... It's an uphill battle. I could have set something up that allows me to translate what I'm saying on screen to whatever language I want, but... Because I know it's limited, I mean, you're not going to hit a limit usually, even when you're streaming for 2-3 hours, but just to be safe. Anywho. Is it? No, by this point, it would have been... Oh, well, if that's something that's happening at base, then yes. Hey, by the way, I know everyone here has probably already read it, but I did throw up a thing where, on Japanese, if you hover over the banner update over the main choices on screen, the game crashes, so... There's no way for me to really communicate that to Japanese players who are in part of the public beta, but, I mean, you probably just learn by trial by fire, right? Nice roll, by the way. But anywho. Oh, frame dropping? Why is it dropping? I think I'm... no, I don't. Actually, am I on... Yeah, I am on ultra low latency, so what you're hearing right now is happening as close as possible to, real life. But as we roll poorly on dexterity or perception, that's coughing blood, right? So good thing we didn't use dexterity. I guess that's another reason why I hate dexterity, as I actually trade off reason here. Because there are a lot of status effects that just lower your dexterity, and a lot of them are curses, relative to other stats decreasing. Although knowledge might come a close second. 7 charisma. I mean... What more could I ask for? Anywho. I do know that the quality... Well, actually, I'm looking at it through Studio, so... The quality is usually low looking through Studio. If I wanted to look at a closer version... Anywho. I would actually watch it through my channel. That's fetid fumes? Question mark? Even so... If it is fetid fumes, I should be healing. If this is festival, I'll save that for later, because I don't know what these other mysteries are. That is sailors? So I guess I'll do my best to get rid of 2 items, although my doom is shot through the roof. Oh my goodness, don't look at that. Nap, strength check, nap. I think it was, yeah, high threat level, so I didn't actually heal anything, but penalty stuff. I remember Panstaz asking if there are any quick bugs to roll out or to address before the update comes out. There are a few that I could think of, but it's not something that would be fixed easily in a timely manner, so hence why I didn't say anything. But penalty damage affecting successes, I assume is a bug. If it's not, well, I'll just eat it in the face. I've already been playing with it anyway, so it's not like I really lose much. But as I roll on 270% and essentially a coin flip, 49%, but a coin flip, we'll move on. Do I have enough to throw away? Energy drink and handcuffs. Since I don't know for sure if I'm going to be fighting a human enemy, I guess I can throw it away. And yeah, we just run here. Especially if we have fetid fumes. If you give me fetid fumes, I'm running from bad encounters. You can't stop me. Unless we're on Kadak, but that's a different story. But anywho, destroy the altar. That's Doom? Yeah, that's Doom. That looks like Doom. I think I have History Club too, but I don't want to spend any more Doom than need be. Also, so I think this is what you meant by translation errors. So when things like this happen, as I roll poorly on strength apparently, what the game handles, I assume, I mean, a weird bug could happen. We know that there are language bugs already, but thankfully nothing's crashed yet. So as we run away and succeed to run away, let's actually do this. So yeah, because Haspin's events are all in English, so at least we know in, I think this is this traditional or simplified Chinese? I can't remember. I will say it here because it kind of matters, as I remember to throw this. We don't even have a weapon on us, do we? No, we have the army knife on us. I'm going crazy. These are both perception weapons regardless, but the torch is by far worse than the army knife. We keep the torch though, because it is a light source. But as we grab first aid here... Nope, we grab double perception. Double perception, question mark? Yeah. That's because of a curse, right? I feel like it's because of a curse. Am I going crazy here? We're also badly bleeding? Boy, why do I do this to myself? Because I want to play as other characters, that's why. Mystery again. Into scissors. So if we are badly bleeding, we deal with it. But we can grab the cursed scissors here, which would probably be a good switcheroo, so hey. Cut artery, it is? Oh, cool. Cool. 4 investigations where I lose. Yeah, okay. I mean, I was probably going to notice it, maybe not, but I was probably going to notice it anyways as I proceed to lose 1 stamina per encounter, guaranteed. Because compared to badly bleeding, cut artery will proc. So, fun times to be had. I guess we're throwing everything we have. What spells do I have again? Yeah, that looks like Book of Gore. +3 to reason and stamina. If we have to, though, we have to. Otherwise, regeneration, we are on Ath, but hey. I could run from this guy, I'm not choosing to. So instead, what we're gonna do is throw something, throw this, and do 15 damage. But we are bleeding out, so I think we need to cast quote-unquote Book of Gore once. That is Book of Gore. Yeah, it is Book of Gore. We got another cut artery because it's the exact same name, and I know it's cut artery. Oh, logic. I'm doing a head tap like a certain prosecutor, but that's some kind of damage for things. But hey, since I only remember this, you connected for a moment, so we disconnected for a moment. Let me see here. But, yeah, that's my... I mean, I could have logicked that. I should have just read it more than not at all. For some reason, I want to say this is Witness Curse. Alright, a picture of a head with lights coming out of it is Mind Drain. I guess that's one way to get your mind drained, but at least we can use it. But let's try not to use, still, Book of Gore as much as possible, though we will still need to use it, probably. No! Once we get to the Scissor Lady, we should be able to do a thing. So let's lower our Doom. That's the Occult Diary, and we'll move on. You might hear dog barking because there is someone dealing with things, and so dogs are really... Our dogs are really friendly, basically. And I guess we can kind of autopilot here for a moment, because all I'm going to be doing is mind draining a whole bunch. But I will go down to 10 max reason. That much is worth it. Now, we do have to throw the torch here, but yeah, to talk about dogs for a moment. I used to be a person who didn't know about dogs as much, and I still don't know as much as someone who's really, really, been around with dogs longer, but I know more than someone who has never had a dog. And by that, I mean, you can usually tell when a dog is... Not like badly being... Oh, let me read this first. Badly being artery horrible, custom mysteries with lots of chained events because they proc on every single one. Yeah, it makes sense if you think about it in the way that if Doom increases by 1 per event that links to each other, which I don't know if do we know if that's being fixed with the new quote-unquote rework to how events chain into each other, or how events work, how eventing will work basically coming up? If it doesn't address that, then yes, that will continue to be true because, well, it'll continue to be true. But if it does, that would be nice. But I guess we'll see, won't we? Yeah, we'll basically we'll see, but as of right now, 1.01 up to public beta 1.02, that makes sense because, yeah, we need to get rid of Cut Artery. Please be a town mystery. Metamorphosis, so that's gonna hurt in another way, but while we're here, because, yeah, when events link into each other through custom mysteries, Doom increases by 1, so that means you are, quote-unquote, doing an investigation in between each event, which can and cannot make sense. Like, if you're stuck in a maze type of linked events, it makes sense. But if you're just talking to someone, I mean, technically that as well. From a balance perspective, well, that should be addressed. Or if the ideal solution is to allow the modder to decide, right? Add in an option that says, hey, this is another quote-unquote investigation according to the game, or not. And it would be kind of a Boolean value, but again, that can cause a whole host of bugs, so something that sounds simple like that might be... It doesn't? I swear there was. There was one specific one that does. I remember because I remember griping about it while I was going through. And I think specifically the events by the same person who made the... And I know they're probably in chat, but let me just speak in a general knowledge, because this is all conceptual talk here, theoretical talk. I remember it increasing by 1 between events. I distinctly remember that. Maybe I could be wrong, but I feel 80% sure of that. I guess I can try that out, but I can't load that mystery up here in one. This is a 1.02 stream. But I'll certainly try to record... I mean, I could just make a video, but anywho. It doesn't actually increase. It doesn't? Really? I distinctly remember seeing it, though. Why do I remember that? Why do I remember that? Why am I saying that maybe is it something else I'm thinking of? I know that you can artificially increase Doom by 1 without telling the player, but, well, I think you have to tell the player. Well, I'm not sure. Never mind. I guess I'm wrong. I don't... If I were to try and defend myself as I just take 3 stamina to the face here, I don't often work with events and mysteries, even though I've been testing a lot of things out, but I've also been running into a lot of event bugs myself, so hey, what can I really say? But I think that might be it. That might be the situation, although it doesn't say question mark. Yeah, I think I feel pretty sure that's the mystery that I'm talking about. But if it's not, well, I'm not going to say that I believe you, but at the same time, what am I doing here, by the way? I think I just want to brace. Gosh dang it. Can I even? No, I can't, because I have 4 strength. Help. But, oh, I should have put the... That's right, I didn't put the cursed scissors. I was like, why am I doing not a lot of damage? Anywho. I'm also paying attention to these dogs that I'm looking at. I got cut off because I had to think about that, because I feel like there was something weird about that. And apparently it's just me and my made-up dementia. Again, I would like to repeat for the record here that I don't think I have any physical, mental, or psychological conditioning, so it's just really me forgetting as a human being. I don't want to cast Book of Gore. I can't attack either, though. I'm pretty sure this doesn't do at least 4 damage when thrown. I guess I can try to find out. Because the worst thing that's going to happen is I'm going to use... Well, I say worst thing. It only does 2 damage when thrown. Well, hey. I guess I will Mind Drain again, then. And then do this. But as we equip the cursed scissors and move on, yeah, so basically a lot of things. Okay. Well, who's really watching this stream aside from, well, yeah, a lot of people, but I'm wrong about that. Hey, at least I've corrected there. That way I'm not saying actually things that are actually wrong in video form where I can't be corrected otherwise. Yeah, so it doesn't do so. Yeah, that's right. Extra win prize is a whole host of other things, which I found out personally a while ago when I was testing a thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. You can't give this reward, quote-unquote reward, for extra prizes. Everything's doing three damage help, but do I want to? No, I don't. This doesn't get me anything either. 70 into 70%. Nope. Well, hey, pain. We have Book of Gore. That's the only reason I did something like that. But hey, we also have Metamorphosis, so pain. Yeah, it doesn't print the doom increase. Just want to repeat, just in case people are not looking at the chat in the future. But it doesn't print the doom increase because it doesn't automatically do so if it's an extra win prize, and there's a chain event in win prize. So yeah, it's a smart way to get past, you know, so that people don't, you know, loop your events for good reason, because there are ways to do so. Even if not right now, then in the future, say if there's a perk that allows you to benefit off of doing investigations for whatever reason, or proc something. In the case of Cut Artery, proc something, but you get the point. Then you can loop things positively or negatively. These are forest tapes, so what am I holding on to here? A library book? Probably gonna have to use Book of Gore here. I don't want to mind drain anymore, so Book of Gore stuff. Now, immediately Book of Gore. But we do... Nope, we don't even get to get a guaranteed thing. So we're gonna hope for the best. I don't even know what else I have at the moment. I think these are... Yeah, these are the statuses that are not working, question mark? Wait, did I have these before, or am I going crazy? Well, I guess I'll find out. That is... flashbacks? Don't know what that is. I feel like that... don't know. I don't know. Coughing blood and flashbacks. Nice. But we're gonna gamble on this. We'll do my best. Again, I am my own reason for causing this, because, boy, guess I should have learned... Wait, actually... What? Oh, no. Because we are drenched, question mark? No, I'm going crazy. I am going crazy. Well, guess we're rolling on at 90%. I keep hitting prep like it's a boost. That's when I know I'm really losing my mind. I missed the 90%! Oh, pain. Moving on. Out of curiosity, I'm going to test something else then, because if that's not right, we'll see. And so this is when weighted RNG would feel great, but at the same time, that does mean you're still fooling people. So I would rather this happen than the alternative where it's like, yeah, I hit a 90% all the time, and it's not true. But anywho. Let's just act like we're doing something, but let me just make sure. Yeah, we start with, never mind, yeah, we wanted to be on whether, I assume the other one was traditional and this is simplified Chinese? I can't remember. I don't know Chinese, by the way. Even though you can try to intuit things... No, can you? No. 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 I know that, because I don't know why I'm sticking. Yeah, intuit things based on icons, but as you just saw... Hey, I didn't even remember Mind Drain and Book of Gore, which are by far the most used spells as of present, but as we move on... On traditional, the other 4 characters in a pack in crazy... But yeah, so... If that's true, I mean, I would probably just blindly fumble around, so that might actually still be the case if I do it later on. But, wait, I didn't even do 2 runs yet, so let me give that character its fair due. Let me give her fair due. I assume those are status effects, right, that I was looking at? I think they were status effects, otherwise I'm going crazy. Because we start with spells, and those spells were... usable, or basically if they're viewable and or usable, then you've picked the right language. But it is a small consideration. But as we move on here, and you know, things aside, this is a video game, so even if people put the ages of their characters at certain values I mean, compared to other video games where arguably like a certain party of corpses, anywho, library notes immediately. So the fact that I can view these two and I don't have the other ones, I guess that's specific. That has to be a base game bug, right? Right? Did I just get Book of Gore again, by the way? No. So we start with Book of Gore. We also get regeneration, but again, balance-wise, you're usually missing a lot of reason anyway, and this is including custom events by Haspin's mod pack of custom events, where... Wait, this mod pack doesn't contain enemies, right? Just events, right, if I recall? Anywho. Yeah. We start with Book of Gore and regeneration. That's the important thing. Vigil... Flood... Coma... Scissors and War. Well, we have both Hospital Mysteries, never mind. 4 enemies, so I just haven't run into them yet. Wherever they may be. Old gods forbid they're all at the village, because again, usually, if we're working with base mysteries, you're probably not visiting the village as much. Aside from, well, I get bulletin a lot, but hey. So because we have... So one thing we can do, I will say gameplay-wise to this character's benefit, is that since we start with a lot of healing, even if it's a Book of Gore, then we can take Scissors immediately, and if we're on Timeline A, like we are now, we can feel comfortable in grabbing the Cursed Scissors because there's no RNG involved. Now, how much HP we'll lose and which injuries we may get is a whole different story, but with the power of regeneration and this funny mask, we'll get some things done. Not sure if enemies spawn anyway. Yeah, that's the other worry, right? That's something I could have said and I forgot to say, but... So here we can probably use regeneration. If for no other reason than to keep things... If we need our HP to be even, we can use regeneration here. Else, if our HP is low on average and things are balanced out, like we have 6 stamina, 7 reason, but we need more, as I missed an 80% kick, we can use Book of Gore. Otherwise, if we have... In school... the school location is usually a lot of stamina loss. On average, I would feel. But hence why you would use regeneration a lot more, which you should probably use now. Because we're about to take a lot more damage anyway. That should be... Yeah, that should have just been 4 stamina. And then we take a bunch more stamina here. But we have regeneration. Now, we do want to lose the stamina first, but... If we need to gamble on RNG and Scissor Lady, which we will likely need to... I think the threshold is pretty high HP-wise. For those who don't know, I think the HP threshold is actually like 11 stamina, 11 reason to have a no RNG Scissor Lady fight where you're trying to get the Cursed Scissors. With the wooden bat still. If you don't keep the wooden bat with you, you're prepare for a very long and RNG Scissor Lady fight, basically. If you're trying to get the Cursed Scissors. If not, well... This is what you do. Without RN, if you have Book of Gore, well, mainly Book of Gore. So you just do this. I think I can tell what the thing will be. So she's not raising her scissors yet. I guess I'm about to find out. No. And she's still not raising her scissors yet, so we can do this one more time. And one, keep the wooden bat, because the only reason why it's troublesome, especially if we have 3 strength, is because you can't guarantee a strong attack here. This is 67%, and if you're feeling lucky, sure. What you would do here is do this and throw the bat, which does 4 damage. Funny enough. But since that's not the case, and she doesn't seem to be raising her scissors, use Book of Gore again, and just guarantee your stuff. Now, that's not great, but hopefully we don't die, question mark, to 0 statting somehow. And away we should go. Now, we still lose the wooden bat here if I want to do a guarantee, but we do, because I don't want to get any more injuries that just end up oofing my face. And all that for 5 Doom and Cursed Scissors. Now, the Cursed Scissors will spend Doom on its own if you believe you're unlucky, but that's the TED Talk on Cursed Scissors with... If one guaranteed Cursed Scissors strat with no RNG. Well, there is RNG, it's your injuries, but hey. This is Flood, Vigil. Do I have Town Mystery? Yeah, I do. Coma into Ward. This should be Coma. They both had 2 endings, so it was a bit hard for me to check to be sure, but I felt confident in my icon reading, even though I missed Mind Drain and Book of Gore earlier. Let's actually get rid of this thingy-majiggy. I think it's a major injury. So nonetheless, we're going to prepare here for stuff, but can't sell that on a non-random item stat run. Let's find out. Yeah, that's a minor injury. I didn't know that, but good to know now. Was that Frostbite? Was that Frost? That looked like Frostbite, right? That's the only -2 strength injury, right? Anywho, moving on. For stamina, I actually should have visited the thingamajiggy. We did the hardware store. I should have done... Well, I didn't know I was going to get the cursed scissors. But anywho, yeah, that should have been Frostbite, so... Book of Gore Frostbite. I mean, it is an injury. We know that. So, therefore, it is actually... Because I feel like there are some statuses and injuries that are not part of the pool, for whatever reason, but I think I'm wrong on that. Which means that I really believed in that you can roll every single injury or curse depending on the pool you're pulling from. Items are the specific one where you can specify a specific thingamajiggy. I need to check my threat levels, by the way. We have Festival, I believe, and we have Vigil. So if we have Vigil, we're gonna do the village police patrols, and we'll move on. But yeah, items are the ones that you can specify for specific pools. And I think allies are another one, because now you can't get dog ally. Dogs can't be your friend that you can talk to you during festival and you can recruit. Ooh. Reason loss. But yeah, let's rest here. Vigil and village patrols, question mark? Oh my goodness, I'm going crazy. Well, I think I have Flood. I don't know what's happening right now. If I'm trying to explain myself, I put village patrols because village max threat level, and I think I have Flood, which means if the theologist is in the thingy-majiggy, the village, then I want to put the patrols in the village. Although I think forest is pretty high too, but hey. Let's just take 1 stamina damage. Please roll 80% kicks. If you meant something else, please clarify, because boy, you know, I'd be in a better spot in life if I could understand people more clearly. What am I doing here, by the way? No allies. And I can't even check at the moment. I can increase my knowledge to 8. But that... I don't remember what that is. Moving on. Forest low. What am I doing here? Oh, seaside max. That's why I was going crazy. School high. But anywho. Hasty aid? That is hasty aid? Okay, I didn't want to jinx it, but I mean, I guess I'll find out as I restore that... Quote-unquote restore that message? Can I restore that? Hasty aid. Wow. I forgot how to do a thing. Hey, let me fix that really quickly. By the way, all that was said was hasty aid, so hey. Fun times. Also, dullness? Yeah. I see ellipses and I assume dullness, so I guess we will stand here for a moment. Store anything that would be valuable, but it's probably... Well, I mean, it's still going to be valuable. Because we have 7 dexterity, but we're going to sit here and improvise for a moment. So, as I fix some Nightbot things, because that should not be happening. Because it was like, oh no! Nightbot's like all caps! Oh no! Nightbot has still helped me out more times, although that... Oh, for some reason I am bracing into kicking! Help! Well, I guess I'm fighting you for real now. For real. Didn't get to improvise. Hey, that's what I get for looking away while just loading my action sequence and assuming. But as I do this, let me fix that for a moment, because weird things happen. Also, oh, that's not the right one. Nope, backpedal. Also, we quote-unquote die here, but hey... Because we did rest, so we don't get the restless bonus. But let me fix a thing. Because fixing a thing... We do have Bath, right? We do. And we should... So we're taking Flood 4th, apparently? No, 3rd. I'm going crazy. We can take Ward 4th, and we can definitely take Vigil 5th. Let's try to survive for the moment here, right? As I do a thing here. Can I do a thing? Why are you not allowing me to do a thing? La 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 la. Well, I don't want to do that, so what I'm going to do instead, as I fix things, and then proceed to curse scissors this encounter, roll the die. No, I don't have to roll the dice. I can just do this. Why am I rolling dice? Let us do a thing. I'm moving in between, in and out. Don't hurt me. This is a high threat level school. Is this only one reason? We do have reason things, and to that extent, we'll forget regeneration here. If nothing else, the spells are to forget, except for Book of Gore, but I actually don't know. That looks like school. I'm just going to assume that because I see the kanji for Gaku, which is a part of the kanji for school, so hence why I am going to be... Oh, well, you get to rest twice anyway, but I'm going to assume the theologist is in the school, and if not, well, pain. Alright, well, while this guy is going to jump scare me, I can do a thing. And let me do this. So, let me fix a thing. Yeah, I know, Nightbot. So that seems to be the theologist. No, it was not. I guess we're gonna go somewhere else. I see the kanji for Kami. Let's hope that it's actually in the village. But as I do a thing here, we'll do this. We have to do by that. Oh, no, I accidentally canceled. Let's find out if that's the right one. Okay, it is. Okay, cool. Things should be cool now. And if not, well, we're gonna find out. I love tea. 5 experience, question mark? But we're gonna sit here. I don't think we actually have enough reason to survive this. And we finally picked up the theologist. We lost something. I don't even remember what it is. It's not dexterity or knowledge. I would have known. But as we only have 5 reasons for this boss encounter, I guess we're going to be casting Book of Gore. 50-50. Man, this... this boss. Anywho. Hallucinations? I assume... if I were to use, process of elimination, not dexterity, not charisma, as I accidentally click away from World of Horror, and not knowledge. So, -1 of a perception should be hallucinations. I'm going to do this and see what happens. Oh, hey, we actually rolled good RNG. Now, all that really got me was a one-shot there, but we can get close. Otherwise, this is as good as we're going to get. 70% into a guaranteed attack. And of course, we missed that one, but in the interest of getting some stuff, this should be stamina for reason. And we're going to roll on 80%. And now we get out. Question mark. Yes. So, hey. Flood stacks, stalks. I tried to meme and I'm going crazy. I wasn't trying to say the stonks version, which is why I tried to say the exact version, but I'm going crazy. Yeah, so we have an energy drink, so I can still keep my dexterity at 7. We still kept our bath. I don't even know what my town effects were. Price hike, radio, and riots, I think. But as we get into ward here without a hospital pass, boy. No, guaranteed. Not today. Although, well, no, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. How much is my luck? 6. Although we rolled a 10, I was just curious. I shouldn't have been curious. We have Book of Gore. It's fine. Well, Mind Wipe. I guess we'll live without without level ups for now, and see what happens after. Cursed package. Do I really want that? I mean, I guess, yeah, we can store the energy drink. Just so we're not taking all damage here, but as we run into a bloodsucker. Is this guaranteed? No, it's not. If it's not 100%. 92%. Help. We still want to brace regardless, but boy, would it feel great. Meanwhile, and then we get to do this, because now we have to proc Doom twice. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine. We already ran to Dullness, so all I have left is painful hospital encounters. Knowledge check. Thank you. But that's okay. So this is, I think this is in game, right? Because black hair is still called black hair in the when you're given items in custom events, I believe. It results in things like this. I think that's a specific, and it's because you're given a specific item that you have to name the item in the language that you've coded your custom event in. I think that's what happened here. Because I almost thought that was a base event for a moment, but I thought, yeah. I mean, it's still a problem with the game interpreting things, which is why someone did mention an ID system, which would be, you know, interesting to do. It presents its own set of bugs, but if we're dealing with things like this, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but another possible solution that I think you could just, you know, think about is, you know, basically having the game translate every translation of, say, an item, stat, curse, status effect, perk, and then spit that back out as whatever you are giving to the players. Something like that. If you're wondering why I can't access black hair, which means it's now a dead item in my inventory, but you know, let's 75%. Ugh. I don't want to just run though, so you know what? 75%. Since we get bonus damage, we should be able to do... Nope. So we're gonna do this instead. And move on. Because the game handles it... No, wait, no it doesn't. Because, can you do that? No, because you can't do that with custom events. I'm theory crafting. Anywho. So now, effectively what happens is that we only have 3 items in our... We only have 3 item slots in our inventory. Hey! Reporter's bag use due to bugs. But anywho, I could fight Jane Doe here. I'm not going to. And if HP thresholds allow, I should be able to immediately... Nope, because I just happened to heal stamina right as I entered this. What is causing that again? I don't know why. Anywho, 80% will roll on that. If we don't hit it, sadness, but the important part is we get out for not a lot of damage, theoretically. Just making sure there's the handcuffs. And away we go. Hello, Plague. We are in our last mystery, 65% Doom. Pretty good, but it's not the best. Let me see here. Yeah, so I think that, yeah, the stock image for most of the boss there is, I won't say more. Let me just make sure. Okay. Fight the feeling and lose 2 stamina because 4 strength or 4 perception. Either way. We're sitting here. Lose 1 fun, gain 1 fun back. And let's do this because my Doom is, I just like Doom. I think that's 2 bows and 2 claps. I mean, I could just do some comparisons here. Yeah, that's 2 bows and 2 claps. I can just read what it says when I go over the key button. Is it really only during that informal guide video for uploading characters that I called a key a button? I think that's what that one comment was saying. I didn't want to respond to it because I wasn't sure if I was correct in understanding what the person meant with that comment. If it wasn't nefarious or ill intent on my... Well, yes, I do stutter a lot, but hey. As I lose 1 stamina. Things. Funny enough, regeneration would have been great right about now. We can't store the pamphlet because for some reason storing the pamphlet results in you failing the vigil. But I think I have something else equipped as well. I do. The funny mask. That's why. I'm healing 1 stamina or 1 reason because of the funny mask. But as the body spookily disappears... Fun. Well, we need to cast Book of Gore because that's removing 2 stamina because... Oh no! The eye! That hurts my stamina. No, it's because I think a custom event gave me black hair, specifically, and what that means is that if you're playing on a non-English language, it turns into a non-usable item, basically. But if it were on English, it would be perfectly fine, but hey. things. Also, I did fail the vigil, so I guess we are taking this toon damage. Whoops. For better or for worse, we're just gonna do this. Now, please hit a 90% kick. Thank you. And away we go. Again, an ID number system would be interesting, but it is more intuitive for modders to put in the names of things. And it also makes sense in terms of, putting out certain mod packs. Yes, it also makes sense to add an ID system, but again, you could think of other methods. Again, off the top of my head, you could come up with you can hit code in translations. Now, Panstas would have to do this for every item, status effect, so on and so forth, but theoretically speaking, a lot of these concepts are sound, but because at least I don't know the exact inner workings of World of Horror, then maybe an ID system would actually bug out the game even more because of how, again, certain things are coded in-game. Yeah, the game won't do it for the modder. So you have to translate your modded content for every language, which is why I know enough Japanese to put out a reasonable Japanese language mod. Now, if I'm making events and mysteries, that's going to take me a bit longer than a custom character, but you get the point. So, hey, as it turns out, being bi or multilingual helps out when you're making custom content for World of Horror. Unless other people just translate, but at that point, we kind of loop back to our thing about... I forgot about the energy drink, but we loop back to the topic of adding in... I forgot what I was saying. That quick tangent on dexterity really oofed me here. But as we fight Takushi-san, again, in my heart of hearts, I have already succeeded the run, but let's actually close it out, shall we? 95% 3 times? Why not? That's why you're going to conquer the Polish modding scene for World of War in the near future. That's not my automatopoeia for what happened in chat. That's actually just me. Again, yeah, it's kind of forced laughter, but laughter is always, I think, normally good. For me, anyway. But yeah, I think that's enough of that. Again, really interesting character. Again, when you add in certain spells can present a very use case strategy. In this case, Book of Gore and Regeneration. Regeneration, I don't think is as bad as some people say. It's just that, yes, you do often lose more reason than stamina, but otherwise it allows you to guarantee certain outcomes. Book of Gore, definitely, because if you're having trouble with, that lighthouse push, if I didn't remember all my lighthouse checks, having Book of Gore is a good safety measure, because the only thing that would stop you is the broken jaw injury, which stops you from casting spells. But as we move on to a character I played before, but now on 1.02, not really much. There's not really a lot of room for error with custom characters, unless you give them perks at this point. But the main source is custom events as we go into Zektas, because I am going from left to right. Zektas, Exquisite Taste, character exclusive. Hey, power, but not power, but you get the point. She's doing her best. We start with the steak knife, and I think nothing else. But a weapon, steak knife is not the best. It's at least a weapon, and we have 8 dexterity on Harbinger, by the way. So charisma, second, Takushi-san, strength, and maybe a light check? Let me just ingrain this in my mind. Strength would be nice, and we can get our strength to 8. The question is, do we get a damage increase? We are on Exquisite Taste, so I would rather have rest normally. Sometimes you don't. It'll depend on my mystery loadout. But else, funny enough, I'm going to do a legal debt. I actually don't use Monument as much as I think. I only end up using Monument because I'm like, I can use it. Here it is. And more Doom is good, but I actually would rather have, personally, a legal den. As we also now have Protective Carving. So, I guess instead we're going to heal Stamina. We get the Rumor immediately. And what, do you have another one? Yeah, you do. From episode Anywho, Sailors, Ramen, Coma, Quard, and Flood. So, good call here on Illegal Den, for me anyway. Flood though, Coma, Ramen, and Sailors. So Sailors last, Ramen or Coma first. If we're getting hospital events out of the way, let's do Coma to Ward. If for no other reason than healing. Now we do need funds for the hospital pass, and Masochistic is more than worth it. So we'll grab this hospital pass and move on with life. Check the history club quickly. This would have been great for the third eye during my Harbinger horror, but you know what? Fine. Out of curiosity. Nope. Well, Yes! Through the course of a run. What are my max threat level locations? Seaside, downtown, high threat level school. So I guess we're just setting and forgetting the seaside because we do have sailors. I think we have something else, but I don't care at this moment. If I die on this run, it's gonna be my fault. Listen in for, you know, perception reasons. I just assumed it was perception. Again, usually you're supposed to assume, but some players don't like that and want to be told what they're gonna roll. Also, was that a max threat level downtown, by the way? I think it was. Well, let's try doing this. Ritual Mask to Doom. That's actually worth it. But if it's not always Ritual Mask, then hey, actually, do I want this? While I have the Doom, let's do it. We also have Flood, so it wouldn't be a bad idea. You know what? I would also like allies if I have a thing. We are in Zictast, though. Never mind. I take that back. We're on Zictast. So we need to increase our charisma by 1. I actually completely forgot. We were on Zictast! You know, rolling 2 or 3 here would be nice. Thank you. Or 1. Oh, goodness. I blew out the mic. Sorry. But, anywho. How did I blow out the mic? Anywho. I was actually leaning away when I did that. Observe. -1 reason. Dust of Seeing, though. I think I want a Dust of Seeing Flood. That's what I'm planning to do. Ward wouldn't be a bad one either, but hey. And yeah, with 8 dexterity, we can do 4 attacks in a row. Now, after Zictast oofs us, we won't be able to. But this is why I hate... This is why... I know it's a 60% accuracy thing, but... Let me just cry! I missed 60% 4 times in a row, man. Nah. Oh, it hurts so bad. Boom. Ugh. Give me 7 more seconds to digest that. 40, 10, out 60. That was ugly. I know it's 60%. There's no reason for me to have believed anything better, but let me just, out of curiosity, 6, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, those weren't actually, that wasn't actually impossible. It was like 12.96% chance of missing all 4 attacks, but boy, that's... Anywho, what do I want to do here? I don't want to use the Dust of Seeing. I know I don't want to do that. Steak knife, good weapon, by the way. For other people, surely, but for me, I mean, you have to realize that if you do this set sequence of events, you're taking 6 stamina damage. Well, now I'm taking 8 stamina damage total. And this is with protective carvings, by the way. So 5 strength. Oh my goodness, this is... People live like this? Yes, the answer is yes. 5 strength, 8 dexterity, and I can't even guarantee this. And even if Brace wasn't nerfed, because it was nerfed, we would get an extra attack boost, which... Yeah, I think we're actually just going to run here. We're just going to take the Zictast penalty. Okay... Luck? Well, we only have 4 luck as this character, but you know what? Stocks. Dog shop gone. Not that it was available for me anyway. I'm actually going to take experience here in the interest of getting through Ward and then going into Flood. Because I completely... I don't know if I don't know what perks... I forgot what perks this character has. So, we're going to find out. 7 dexterity. Good. Faso, pushing yourself and things. You know, if you run into Doll Nurse, otherwise this is the better option, but let's hope and pray as I take Charisma so we can survive. Let's hope and pray. I know I'm skipping hospital events anyway, but you never know as we get Perception. Not what I needed, but we're gonna have to live with it for now. A curious package that we give. Look, I'm staff. things, and you know what? We have better odds here, but because Zektast was Zektast, then we can't do 4 attacks anymore. Not like it matters. You're planning to get out in 2 turns anyway. Oh my sweet goodness. 82%, 82%, strong 92%. Miss the strong, miss an attack. Ugh. Why did I even humor this? I should have just picked up a weapon. I should have just picked up my own weapon. Why do I do this to myself? I can't even 2-turn this reliably anymore. Do I even get to 2-turn this? If I hit every single attack I do, I better. It's never gonna happen, man. I can't unless the weapon is... Well, that's the thing, right? If the weapon has another point of damage, I'm just gonna prep attack. Like, why... I'm rolling on 82%. You can't stop me. Gambler's Fallacy. Never mind. That's right. I have an effect that is making me do less damage. Thank goodness I have Protective Carvings. I'd be dead by now. Well, guess what? We're at the hospital now, so we can grab these painkillers, sell them back to the doctor, and, you know, get rid of this torn muscle. What I can also do is also sell these library notes, because out of funds here, we're not going to run into the dollars anymore. We don't have enough investigations for that, but... Nice dexterity check, by the way. Moving on. I gotta calm down and do my best. 3 charisma. Oh, and then... Well, no, that's dexterity. I'm sorry. Roll an 11 anyway, but, you know... do we even get to fight this? I don't know why I'm gonna humor this. Does this even get me out? It does, right? 18. You know, funny thing is I did have things available for this channel, but I completely forgot, so I can do my best. And let me do a thing. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. To a thing. But meanwhile, while we're here... I mean, I should have just been doing a thing anyway. Oh, that's right, I can't even do that. Never mind! Lies! I lied to myself. Just trying to clip things. But anywho. Yeah, we're gonna do this and see what happens. Oh, hey. Okay, fine. Gambler's Fallacy. Gambler's Fallacy. Time skip. But Gambler's Fallacy. Oh my goodness, it hurts. Do I even want to humor Flood with the... If I need the thingamajiggy, I need to grab a damage researcher. I think that's a... No, I have the Dust of Seeing. Let's see how good this is. While we do, we're gonna do this again. I don't know why, but I am. I get bonus damage, so it's a good decision too, but... You know. Wow, that didn't... Anywho. I was gonna say, that didn't defeat it in the next attack. Ugh. Also, apparently... No, I think that's just me. Anywho. Yeah, so we're just gonna grab the Theologist, as I said. And we're gonna see how the Dust of Seeing plays out for me. It is moving... Well, never mind. We get to do a lot more now. Let's actually rest because stamina issues. But Village. This wine is terrific, by the way. And let's grab the Theologist and run. -1 reason, Ghost Encounter. At least we have 4 knowledge, but I just want to run instead. So, hey. And now, thankfully, Zektast did not punish us, yes. Punish us yet, in case I need to brace, or old gods forbid dodge. But when we use the Dust of Seeing here... Hey, accuracy stuff. Oh, for the love of everything, 90%. I should hit every one of these attacks, right? Also, a little optimization here. Switch your strong attack if to perfectly get rid of enemy B here. That way you're not, quote-unquote, wasting damage/attacks elsewhere. Okay, so we hit every one of these attacks. All is forgiven. Even if I start missing here, all is forgiven. Never mind. Hey, with back-ended RNG, anything can be fine. You just have to brave out the bad RNG that came before. But boy, was it a lot of pain earlier. Like I said, we're... oh, that's right. We have core strength? Core strength, fast hands? Is that... I can't remember. Anywho. Do I need to take another point of charisma? No, right? So I can just build into anything I want now? Because now we will definitely have 8 dexterity, and it seems like the run is looking up for me. Forgot to drink the wine bottle, so rip a point of stamina, but... as I get into ramen here, nothing particularly strange, aside from Haspin's events or possible enemies, should hit me here. Well, the secret of RNG is not to care about it. Unless it just doesn't care that you don't care about it. Which is the case with me, I feel. But anywho, as I continue to do a thing, I forgot I should have been doing a thing while I was doing this, streaming here, but as I police station downtown, and then we'll switch to Seaside for Sailors. Yeah, let's get some things done. 3 charisma, so never mind. I didn't need any of that charisma, but hey. Good to be sure. 46% Doom. There's no reason why I should be complaining. 46% Doom, and I have a thing. Another free event. I'll take it, because downtown has some pretty abysmal events, all things considered. Just getting lost in the street is bad enough, so... yeah. Do I really want to do this? Oh, I can't even. Never mind. I guess we will guarantee 1 attack. We get bonus damage, so this, yeah. Hitting those 3 attacks means it's guaranteed. I should also... you know what? We're gonna Witch Tree again. Do I have Price Hike, by the way? I do. Never mind. Maybe that was not for the best. We're gonna find out. Never mind. I don't have vending machines. I'm just going crazy. Gosh dang it. Why do I do this to myself? Anywho, spend the night, strength, ramen, pain. That does mean I have less to throw away for sailors, but I still have the ritual mask and the hospital pass, so you know what? All things considered, we're still eating pretty here. Now, I could have been a lot more optimal, but that's a me problem. Hey. So yeah, just checking on something else because I needed to make sure if something was going on. And if it's not, pain. So yeah, I'm clicking something else in the background as well because I realized that I don't have a thing up for me. Survival instinct, more strength, more power. I need more power. But also I have to make sure something. Oh, we are lost in the street. Hey, as it turns out. But then we police station to Seaside because pain in the Seaside as well. Now, a pack of cigarettes I can get still from the illegal den, but in the interest of my doom, let's do literally anything else as we continue to decrease doom and hopefully not run into anything bad here. Hey, 3 strength as well. Hey, I like it. Thank you, Zictast, for finally giving me some good RNG at the end of this run. I know it's not likely to happen, but hey. 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 We throw away the hospital pass and the ritual mask at the end here just to make sure nothing terrible happens. And yeah, we hope and pray. Now, I shouldn't be doing this anymore. In fact, I should just run. There's no reason for me not to run here, so let's just take the out when we can see it. And we will do this. Now, we're on timeline A, but, you know, always good to be sure. RNG decided yeah. I do have, you know, looking at my stream time, I have 1 more run in me with this character. So as we go to the lighthouse, don't even need the bath, we should be perfectly fine. Yeah, we should be perfectly fine. And if I somehow die here, well, that'd be really strange. But as we move on for the moment... please, OBS. Okay, good. We'll move on and finish this run. Yeah, as much as this run could have gone really badly as I forget my second encounter and guess right, 25%. Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. I complained a lot. RNG was like, wow, RNG is really... because I didn't even look there and just clicked on something. But anywho. As Takshi-san has all the dodge in the world. Oh yeah, Takshi-san. Let's dance. We'll make this the greatest 10 minutes of our lives, Takshi-san. But yeah, we'll move on and complete this run. Things can go good when you're really concentrating, and things can go like this when you're not. And for some reason, things slipped your mind. But as we get in one last run here on Azul, And I know I have a 4th character, but I just realized, yeah, time is running slowly. We'll random item stats, steak knife, and maybe some miraculous things will happen. Out of curiosity, I know I don't do a lot of all perks runs as we get into Azal, ill-fated character exclusive random item custom character. But with all perks, can you get your own perk packs as well? Because that means you can at least still get your own perks. Theoretically speaking, but anywho. Knowledge, Dexterity, Charisma, Second Mystery, Light, and maybe Takushi-san? No second encounter, but definitely a Dexterity check, definitely a Knowledge check. But I'm still probably just going to increase Strength. So 5 Reason, 3 Stamina? We're on ill-fated as well, so pain, but hey. So now it randomizes, hey, it's a 4 damage steak knife, 62 speed. Oh my goodness, we're taking that. Winging it, by the way. And strength for bracing. And yeah, so we're starting strong here, but with the gambler's fallacy, maybe it's not going to be as great. We'll take +1 strength, by the way. No strength check makes me sad. I did not grab the figurine fund. Look twice, and away we go. Sailors immediately Recluse, Painting, Scissors, and Hell. The good news is that in Recluse, we have a 4 damage base steak knife. So, the unfortunate part of this is we only have 2 town mysteries, so I need to make this count. Also, did I just hurt myself here? Because I only have 9 reasons. Oh wait, no, we should be fine. I think we're fine. Item in inventory, so buy for the moment. We're not gonna. We shouldn't lose any funds here, and even if so, we don't get out of funds. So profit. We have 8 dexterity. Oh, that's right. We're on ill-fated. Oh goodness me! I just leveled up. Why do I not forget? Remember about ill-fated? I remember about a bunch of other things. Not that though. Although that I'm not gonna roll on. Even if I weren't on ill-fated, which I just forgot about again. But as we grab this stuffed toy and put it in our storage, yeah, let's get through Recluse. Item rule is easy to forget, but it's still all on the player to really keep. You really shouldn't be increasing any doom through the item rule. And if so, like I've done before... Hey, also, are we dead here, by the way? Because I just realized we lost so much reason here. And when I said one more run, I meant one more good run. We can trade a lot of stamina. Do I really want to do that, though? I could trade the steak knife and go into scissors. I don't want to do that either. What a time to be alive, by the way. Pain. So, I guess what we instead do is trade a whole bunch of stamina for reason, so we can survive. We don't need to actually trade that much stamina. I think we only need to... No, we do. Because we need to survive another attack due to how poor spiritual actions are as a speed-efficient action. If I had something else to throw, it would have been nice. But unfortunately, the answer to that question is no. So we come out of Recluse barely breathing. My goodness. Alternatively, I could have taken scissors, and if we were on Timeline B, good things could have happened. But how would I have assumed that my reason would have been in so much pain? Now I don't even want to take painting. I might still be able to take scissors. But boy, would it not be fun. So I guess instead we're going to do Household Hell into scissors. We do have a max threat level school, so it would behoove us to do a thing. I think we also have, we have painting as well, so either one is going to be bad to put police patrols in, but because we're in scissors for less investigations, then... Are we, actually? Well, I'm going to set it to Mansion and forget it anyway. We're in Household Hell right now, never mind. So we do have a lot of Mansion investigations. That being said, do we have fetid fumes immediately? What a nice... Okay, well, RNG has just taken a nosedive because I wanted to rest. And now that's not very doom efficient. I'm gonna rest twice still, but it's still not doom efficient. But we'll do our best. Curse, brain damage. Fast hands and pain. So I should just actually be healing through level ups, but we're not doing that. Yet. And let's see what happens. Forced event checks, and well, this is not a good run, but hey, we'll do our best. Again, Haspin events are pretty cool to work with. But boy, when rolling badly in events that really hurt you in Haspin events hurt you, they hurt you, because ill-fated. Oh my goodness, I can't even really take Doom, although I have handcuffs, by the way, and time skip, but 2 Doom isn't the worst thing in the world, it's that I have to enter Scissors now, that's probably going to be just as bad. And we have 3 funds, goody. That though, you just tank in the face, no reason to not tank it. I'm going to keep these on me, and I actually cannot do... I'm going to library notes again. Maybe, but no. Can I even defeat the Scissor Lady now? Huh. Well, I'm going to keep the handcuffs for me for a good 3 to 4 investigations. We'll find out. Otherwise, I should have done Sailors now, but I'm not in a good way, regardless. So, because Ill-Fated exists, and we have Fetid Fumes. And while we had Fetid Fumes, I should have rested anyway. I would have rested 3 more times and had 4 stamina, 8 reason. Would that have saved me? This is a beast encounter, by the way. I could choose to run. I could also choose to gamble on hitting at least... Oh, I have to hit every single one. Never mind. In the interest of saving on resources, sure. We get bonus damage as well. Yeah, we have to fight the regular Scissor Lady. We cannot... We can't. We can't. So, fishing upside down star. It's been a while since I've done ending A here, but we need to. And that's a vampire enemy that, boy, we're just going to roll the dice and hope we live. Actually, we can Desperate Action instead. 8 damage per attack, and we need to hit 3. So 3 out of 4 is not bad odds, but anything could happen. The same is true for the Scissor Lady after we throw the wooden bat. I think there's a reason, right? Yeah, it is. And boy, this does not lend it. I can't take painting. I'm going to die in painting. There are not enough events that I can manipulate to survive. So, we throw the wooden bat just to throw the wooden bat so that we have better odds when we're doing this. I think. No, I didn't need to throw it. Never mind, I'm going crazy. 84% and 3 attacks to go. Okay, good. We do get a Restless bonus, but that's not going to save me. Roads closed. Oh, Misery Parasite because 3 funds. That's right. Well, hey. Funny enough, Doom is still not a big worry for me. But let's actually not hurt ourselves more than need be. Do I want to do Sailors now, or do I just want to gamble on painting? I want to gamble on painting, I guess. We're going to save this level up just in case. And we're actually going to forget Thread of Fate now, because spell rule. And let's try, again, making it to the Lighthouse, we still want to save on Doom. If possible. But as we run to a Puppet Matron, odds are still good here, but for how long? That's really the question. Should be pretty much, yeah, this is guaranteed, so we... Into the forest we go to avoid mansion shenanigans. This is Doom, right? Yeah. Anyway, so all that smack talk about, hey, you're not gonna get your Doom in... Oh boy, just take the injury. Broken nose, well, we weren't resting for any... Do you actually rest for 0 HP if you have broken nose and fetid fumes? Oh, hey. We're still gonna try to react, but that's an interesting question I had. Flashlight perception. Doesn't help, but... Except for light checks, which there are none in the mansion. Unless Haspin has an event for that, but as we pretty much have to heal Reason here... Let us move on. Penalties, by the way, but we can't fight the boss either, so... yeah, we gamble. Well, do we need to gamble? I don't think we do. No. Yes and no. But if I miss 3 out of these 4 attacks, I would not be happy. Now, unfortunately, that means I'm forced to run into events, but hopefully that's fine. Give me a Doom decrease? Book? Burn book? Or bath? Nope. Pain. Oh, definite pain. Oh, death pain. Immediate death. I have to trade 3 of stamina or reason, and guess what? I have not enough of either. Yeah, no way out. Well, I guess that'll be the end here. If anyone has any requests for runs, say so now. Otherwise, I'm just going to end this. I'm going to start ending this stream by saying I might be playing another game on this channel and no one might care, but also I want to get back into Slay the Spire. Again, this month is going to be more normal again, but yeah, if no one has a request for a run, funny enough, is another. I think is it rather poetic that an otherworldly event did me in, and probably the only one that could have killed me, because yeah, the other 2 you can force an injury and or curses, I believe, when you fail certain choices. In the Upper Kingdom, I would have needed an empty bottle, but yeah, otherwise, yeah, don't be surprised if I add 1 or 2 more games to the rotation on top of Stardew, on top of World of Horror, but. Yeah, as I move on from now on, I think there's not really much going to be changing, aside from trying to... Again, I'm juggling a lot at this point, because I'm trying to make up for the last month, for April, which was overall bad, but the one shining light was the 1,000 subscription breakthrough, which I guess we'll find out. But if I do pick up a 4th game on top of Slay the Spire, it'll be a game that I can immediately, drop when needed. Otherwise, yeah, not really much else to this stream. I'm going to be doing custom content things. For the summer, I want to try and come out with a question mark mod pack, but it'll depend on the update as well, because I'm not sure how. If I upload, I mean, yeah, there's always the World of War Discord, but if 1.02 is still bugged in certain ways, I might have to change certain events and encounters in my mysteries so that they don't bug out. That's the best I can do. Yeah, that's the best I can do. So yeah, without further ado, I don't want to hold you up here for any longer, so I'd like to thank anyone watching now or in the future for watching, and I guess I'll see you when I see you. Tomorrow should be a Nuzlocke. Sunday, I'll see what I do. Sunday, yeah, we'll see what I do. 80% chance for a stream, but we'll see what happens. Again, always a 1% chance in case of emergencies. But again, yeah, don't want to hold you up. Go watch other people. I might stream on Twitch to later, quote-unquote, today for, the Western, well, North American audience. But if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. Because 1.02 things. But without further ado, yeah, one last time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you when I see you. Take care. Bye. I'll be watching on the Discord for other things, and I will be making sure things